we're going to look at some ridiculously cool and I would say helpful data when it comes to crypto bear markets. Here's a 2015 Bitcoin chart. There's the bear market low right there. Here is a 2018 bear market low right here. And here's where we are right now. This is Bitcoin forming the bear market. This is us powering through, trying to figure it out. And the data that I just compiled and put together has really a meaningful foundation to it. And it's these yellow lines. So before we start talking about timeframes, before we start talking about the actual bottom, I want to paint some context to what's happening here and the story that I've personally been tracking since 2018. So it's been a while now. And I want to start with this. As we try and navigate through these crypto waters, and they are volatile, I realize that so many of you are kind of just in a similar mindset as me, a positive, optimistic mindset, trying to figure it out, trying to make the best decisions we possibly can. And I just want to underline this video by saying, what I'm showing you is just data that I'm tracking. There's no guarantees to it. It's speculative. It's based off my experiences, and it's really just my opinion. This is not financial advice. And I just want to put that out there, everybody. I'm on this journey with you. I'm trying to navigate and figure it out with you. And I think this data could be helpful in that regard. So we're going to start in 2015 and talk about what's going on here. Really cool things. But before we do, I have to show this clip. And this is probably my favorite video that I've ever done on YouTube. And I think I'm like 1,000, approaching 1,500 videos on here. This is probably one of my favorite videos on YouTube concerning crypto. Check this out real quick. This played partly into why I thought anything under $5,000 or $5,500 was a good buy. It's hovering right in that area of the 786 on the Fibonacci in this long-term Bitcoin trend. So that Fibonacci, I know I talk about it all of the time. It's this yellow line, that Fibonacci. Here it is in 2015. We chart it often. It's the 2013 low to the bull market high. And it's just that Fibonacci line, that 786, the end of that green channel, the bottom of this green channel, this retracement channel. So in 2018, this just became such a foundational data point on these charts for me as a crypto investor. And that's not even just relating to Bitcoin. This is, for me, a roadmap for crypto as a whole, for all the altcoins that I'm interested in. This Bitcoin chart acts as a roadmap for crypto. So when we're saying Bitcoin chart, I mean, in general, for me, it's kind of like this is the crypto chart. And the 786 line has become such a foundation to my approach to these charts and to these cycles. So there it is in 2015. Now, notice we fell below it. I mention this all of the time in my videos. We fell below it. It bottomed below that area. And then over here in 2018, it is the same Fibonacci line from the last bear market low in 2015 that we just looked at to the bull market high. You can see Bitcoin revisited to the 786 and below. And now here we are in 2022, and we're above the 786. So I've been really bringing that point up alone. We're above the 786 yet. We haven't fallen below just yet. So that's number one. I've been really bringing that up and saying I'm really anticipating, especially with the current landscape of the world that we're living in right now. The macroeconomic situation that we're in right now could play into falling below that 786 line. So that's number one. I've been talking about that a lot. Many of you might be sick of me saying it. Now I want to actually dig into even more data here. So let's go back, and here's the chart now. We know where we are. We know what we're trying to figure out. Where's the Bitcoin bear market bottom? And we can speculate on that. But I think introducing some new data is helpful. So here's 2015. Notice this. This chart is in between two lines you see in white, right? Those are the Bitcoin halvings. So this is 2012 halving. Over here is a 2016 halving. Now notice what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin, just on this chart in 2015, 777 days post this 2012 halving, Bitcoin kind of did that capitulation and put in that low. Now, on top of that data point, let's take this, the bull market high to this low, and we have around 399 days, okay? So just let's call that 400 days. And then we go over here, and then we go to the next cycle. So this is 2015, here's 2018, and then we look at the data there. So now we have 875 days, and let me bring the chart down a little bit so we can see this. 875 days post the 2016 halving. You can see the Bitcoin bottoming out there. Now, after the bull market high, 336 days. So 2018 2018, 336 days before it bottomed. 2015, 399 days before it bottomed. And now let's take that, and here we are today. We are 875 days post the last halving, which was 2020, and we're 336 days from the all-time high. So 336 days. Now, what I'm just subconsciously, even when I'm looking at all of these numbers, I'm basically telling myself, wow, we're really at kind of this average range of days post this most previous halving as we were at these previous cycles. When in the previous cycles, when Bitcoin was bottoming out, we're really approaching the same time frame, and we're in that general vicinity. But not only that, if you look at the all-time high and where we are right now, 336 days, you go back to 2018, this is literally when Bitcoin capitulated and actually fell and broke below the 786 finally. Now, I want to note, I am not sitting here saying we're 336 days, just like 2018, Bitcoin's getting ready to capitulate below the 786 line. I'm not saying that, but we are in that general vicinity. And this means if we're on this journey and we're just trying to, we have our binoculars out and we're trying to just find, the Bitcoin bottom, this means, in my opinion, that we're getting close in terms of being able to, through those binoculars, spot the Bitcoin bottom. Meaning the Band-Aid has been pulled off, in my opinion. These are all-time highs of a very long time ago. This is almost a year ago, right? And we've gone through all of this journey to be where we are right now. And now we're in the same vicinity as we have been in cycles past, and Bitcoin just above the 786 line. Now, again, I'm not saying because we're 336 days, notice what it was all the way back here in 2015, 399 days, right? Before Bitcoin really fell below the 786 line. So 2015, 399 days before it fell through the 786 line. And then we have 2018, Bitcoin took 336 days to fall through the 786 line. And now here we are in 2022. There's no guarantees that it will fall below the 786 line. I just like to, in bear markets, anticipate bear market things. That would be a fall below the 786 line. And here we are 336 days later. So whether it's 336 days, 350 days, 399 days, like we had back here in 2015, no matter what it is, I just think the Bitcoin bottom is getting close. And we can be kind of drug along, right? This could drag us along, maybe sideways. It could maybe get a rally to the upside. And I'm not going to dig into the short-term charts and talk about what resistance is ahead, but maybe we have a month to the upside rally and then we're getting rejected and then it's falling below the 786 line. But no matter what happens or how it happens, I think, and this is opinion, I think the Bitcoin bottom is really getting close. And for me, as I anticipate that potential move, the capitulation below the 786 line that I talked about in this video back in 2018, just that macro 786 line, that same move happening plays so much into my decisions on these Bitcoin charts. And that's why in a recent video, I discussed this. I threw this out there as an idea, this accumulation zone, maybe this approach to comfortable accumulation in bear market capitulation, right? Just in phases, light and then medium and then heavier, right? Towards the 35% below the 786 area. And again, that's not financial advice, everybody. This is truly just data. I'm learning as I go. I think we all are. So if anything, this is for education purposes only, but these are some ideas that I think are really valuable, at least in terms of just navigating through this bear market, especially as I really do think the bear market bottom is getting close. This Bitcoin chart acts as such a strong roadmap for that. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.